Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. Psychota's back here for another exciting adventure in Minecraft today. And as you can see, I needed to get some sand for a project here. We are working on the hole that I have started creating on this beautiful island behind me. And you will see a little bit more why that was needed here in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and collect these here pumpkins as I can. This was caused by a creeper. Creepers come out. They don't disappear if I'm in the area. They don't burn up. If the water helps with that anyway. But then they come over here looking for land and they just stomp all over my damn pumpkins. So I'm going to have to do something about this very soon. Which is fine because I want to start working on the main island and getting things going in the direction that I see in my brain. I see how everything wants to be laid out and whatnot. There is other things that I want to get done though too, so it's like always trying to find the time. I actually went down there and lit that all up. There's another one right there I haven't gone into yet. Trying to find the time to allocate to all these different projects. I feel like it's because we're part of a generation that expects things. I know it's gotten worse, don't get me wrong. I understand that even younger generations than mine have more of a problem with this, but we've gotten to the point where we expect things to be done at a certain time as quickly as possible, and patience becomes lacking very much so. And I try very hard to not be that way. So it's a struggle. It's a constant struggle. But I think everybody kind of deals with it in different facets and strengths. How do you like it? The only issue with me doing it this way, as you can see, there's more and more of the mossy stone brick. I think that's called mossy stone brick. Coming into play here, and I wanted to get some color and some texture in here, so I wanted to implement that. And I have an idea as to how this is all going to be laid out and brought together and stuff, but by the time we get to the bottom of this hole, it's going to be almost all mossy. It's 1-to-1. One brick, stone brick, and one vine makes one block. So I've been having to farm vines like it's going out of style, spending a lot of time over my little swamp area over there, and I haven't increased the amount of vines that are growing. So just as we hear a creepy cave noise, this is the color I've decided to go with for the glass in this thing. And I talked about early on in the process that was how I was going to fill in the holes, what wasn't covered by the landscape as it sat, and kind of give it a very natural feel. So for those that don't know, purple is basically one of my favorite colors. This is a little bit light for purple, the way I see purple, but I still like it, and I still want to use it quite a bit. I don't know if all of the glass that I implement is going to be purple. I would like to have different colors implemented here and there, but I don't know if I'm going to use different items in the world to create the different colors, or if I'm going to do it with different colors of glass. I'm very much a fan of the colored glass. Those that have been following me on my Minecraft stuff for a while will know that I used it a lot in the last quote-unquote single-player world that we did. And I call it single-player because the wife and I started it on a land base only. But I will not be shying away from that either on this here Butamus map. So basically what I went and did was, until I got down to sea level and got everything connected via stone. So as you can see, the hole now is stone all the way around, and that's when I decided to stop and start implementing the glass so I can get a better picture as to how this looks. This way I can look at the outside characteristics of it and really see if what I am expecting this to look like in the final outcome will take place. I have a feeling that it's going to work exactly the way I wanted it to, just from the way that the holes and stuff have come out. I mean, look at that. You have this little natural thing right here. It's connected right there. Then you have this little open area. Got some nice little open areas right there. This huge area here. And then once we get to the top, I think I'm going to go past the ring itself, like the top of the hill or the island, go up a few more layers. This was all brought to the reasoning of having a game that we can play. I think at this point in time you should be able to figure out what it is, so I'll go ahead and say it. We're going to do a King of the Ladder. It is a very simple game to play, but it is a very fun game to play, and it's something that was conducive to giving me a lot of materials to start off with in the area. It also allowed for a fairly simple project to start with that would be able to include everybody in it in some point. So now I can, once I finish this, ask everybody to come over that's on the server, and we can play some King of the Ladder one night. Now there is going to be an issue with that right off the get-go, because those of you that have been watching will know that Scree is still at 0 deaths, and she very much wants to stay there. So I don't know if she's going to actually be interested in playing this game, because that would mean that she has to die. Essentially, you cannot play this game without dying. It's just bound to happen. So we'll see if we can get everybody over here, though. I'm going to go ahead and keep on working on this and finish up a few sections and see what it looks like here. I more than likely will have to also go get some more sand, so we're going to work on that, and hopefully I'll be back with you fairly shortly here as we continue to create this beautiful landscape. Oh, come on. I have killed 2 Endermen while doing this project right here and received Ender Pearls from them, so although that's like my 10th Enderman I've killed and only gotten 2 Ender Pearls, I do have Ender Pearls at this point, which I'm super stoked about. You can see here I had enough glass to basically get everything up to the level. That's the look I'm going for. I hope you guys like it. I think it's amazing. I think it's just cool to take something that's actually already in the landscape and utilize it to create something interesting and unique. So, you know, everything is basically random at that point. The only thing that's going to be calculated, kind of, is the placement of the mossy brick, stone brick. Other than that, you know, all these holes and stuff, they were just put in randomly. Now, as I get this down, I'm going to have to implement some kind of a stairwell or something. So I think I'm going to create that going around it underneath the ground, and maybe I'll have some more strips I pop out, put a little bit of lights into the center from the stairwell. I have 16 pieces left. I don't think that's going to be enough to fill this up, but I want to go ahead and at least get a start on it here. At this point in time, I've got everything essentially. Is that right? Yes. Okay. At this point in time, I've got essentially everything in place as far as locations and stuff. I just need to figure out how much further up I want to go past the surface area there. That is everything leveled out right there. Basically, that's the first layer above the dirt section there. And that also means that I have kind of a ceiling already in place for how tall I want this to be. Now, I've seen people create the... That's it right there. So I'm going to need not even half a stack more. Actually might have enough glass to do it already. So I'm going to be... I've seen people create this all the way to build height. I just think that's too far. I mean, I understand, you know, make it as tall as you can make it. It's a viable concept and everything, but you can only play so many people on one game of King of the Ladder anyway. You already have 4 sides to have ladders on, and you already have the ability to create some tension built into the game. But if you're going to have a limited amount of people that will be playing at any given time, you want to make it so that you'll have more interaction between them. So if you have a really long stretch of ladder, there's a lot of distance in between to cover in order to actually come across somebody else. So what I'm hoping in doing this, where I basically limit the height to probably about half of what you can actually build it to be, is that there'll be more confrontation and more conflict more often. I think that's a viable concept, and I think it will work and help keep the game more fast-paced and more intense. Alright, so I do have plenty of glass. I think I'm actually going to make a couple stacks of this more into it so I can make the circle the height that I want as well. I need to make some more purple. So this is the big issue. All I've been doing is bone milling these red flowers over here, and that's been giving me the red part of it. But the blue part of it, as far as I know, only comes from lapis, which really sucks because lapis is a valued commodity now. So if I'm going to use a lot of purple glass, I'm going to have problems with that. Let's see here. How many is this going to be? Going to be 16. Okay. So if I need a little bit more, see, there's my couple of ender pearls. If what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? If I'm going to be doing all purple glass, I'm going to be going through the lapis like crazy. Now, I do have some lapis that I've been saving up that I need to fortune. I got, as you can see, tons of coal that I need to fortune. A little bit of redstone, but I don't really worry about that anymore because I already probably have more redstone than I'm going to use right there. I still need a fortune pick, and that was no diamonds through that whole thing. I do, though, in that cave system I was telling you about, have another abandoned mine shaft that I can go through, and I think it's at the appropriate level for diamonds. So I'm going to be spending time off and on going through that as I can to create... Oh, I don't even need that many because it makes 2. I forgot. Oh well, that's alright. It will get used eventually. Create a nice lit up section where everything underground is... I don't know if I'm incomplete thinking here or not. Anyway, underground is all lit up and taken care of for the mob count. As I go through each section, essentially that's going to be underneath those 2 islands that are right next to each other. When I start working over here on this island, I want to do the same thing, get everything lit up. Really, really drive down mob counts in the area. It's going to help reduce the amount of lag, and it's also going to help for a future project that I think you guys will really enjoy. When that gets done, that future project is another question entirely. Well, there's a pretty good look at it. I still think I want to go up a little bit higher. I got the last 2 stacks that I have, so I'm going to go one level higher with that, and then leave a couple there just in case anything gets blown up or anything. But I really like the outcome of it. It also means I'm going to have to go find myself a sandy area because I am out of sand completely. One of the major drawbacks to the way that this is built, the terrain is built, and I think I've talked about this before, is harvesting things. Sand is no exception. That's actually probably one of the worst things to try to harvest, is because of how it's generated. It's not ever flat. I mean, I'm sure I can find a flat area of sand if I looked long and hard enough for it, but I've seen on my way out here entire desert islands, and oh my gosh, it's going to be a pain in the butt. I completely underestimated those kind of things as far as how difficult it was going to be to do. Some of the things we kind of take for granted, even, you know, I mean, essentially we're so used to things being a certain way. Just changing the terrain generation has made vanilla Minecraft quite a bit of a new beast, and I'm really okay with that. I would very much recommend and suggest to anybody who has thought about playing a modded biome situation or terrain situation to do so. It can greatly increase the difficulty level. It can change your appearance and your visuals quite a bit. It brings a whole bunch of new challenges and a new concept or design to the game. You know, I really wish I would have grabbed my Silk Touch pick. Here I am talking about how I don't have any sand or glass and I'm breaking this stuff. Okay, so that gives me a little bit left to fix any issues that come up, but that is the completed project. That means that we'll bring up the center to probably the same height, and I'm not going to leave a torch up there, so I'll probably put the top one as a glowstone so that we have the ability to have some kind of lighting at the top of that. Maybe a piece of carpet at the top. I don't know. I don't want anything up there that's going to break too easily because we're going to be, you know, playing on this. So I suppose leaving it in a situation where something can get up there easily would be a bad idea. Maybe I'll just put a half slab on top and call it good. That is the end of that. I just need to dig the rest of this down, and then we can figure out what we're going to do for the staircase and stuff. I'm going to leave the rest of this glass up here, and I also left myself a way in and out right here. We are good to go there. I need to get more of that going. I'm also going to be spending some more time digging, but I want to go find some more sand, and then I have an idea of how to make the portal area a little bit better. So we're going to come back with that here in just a little bit. It will probably be the next day for me, but it'll be a blink of an eye for you fine folks. Well, guys, as you can see, I got a little carried away. All this was done just because I came over here to get some sand. I found a huge sand area, and I decided to just take out this little island, but I didn't want to just leave it like rock or whatever. I could have just taken it all down under the water and let the water carry it or come over the top of it, but I wanted to do something special. So I made myself a little getaway here. This is Psycho's Sand Island, and I went ahead and got some wool from sheep so I could make a couple of beds, or at least one bed over here. The other part of that is I want to create some sort of treehouse type of thing. I don't know exactly how I want to do it, but that's definitely what I have in mind here. So what I'm thinking is I want to make it so that I can add some fences to this. So I'm going to do it on that level, like so. It should be conducive to working for us here. Maybe add in extras here and there, like it's been connected to things. Would work for us. And how does that look? Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Make a nice area. I got the vines going all the way up. You can go up here like so, and then another set of vines that go all the way up to the top. And I've been hiding some lights here and there, just kind of keep things lit up. It's not to keep mobs from spawning up here. Obviously, I know they can't spawn on the leaves. I just want to make it very obvious that this is lit up at night. So if somebody was out here traveling in the dark, they would see it very easily. And then it also just creates some ambiance and some character to the area. It's one of those things that as people are just wandering around looking at different things, hopefully they'll come across it and go, oh, hey, what is this? And then realize fairly quickly that it is not a natural thing, I would imagine, but at the same time they'll have fun discovering it and exploring my little island here that I've created. So, oh, well, I'll be darned. You can make jungle fences. See? Shows you how little I know about this game. I don't know when they added that. That is amazing. Alright then, so take all these guys down, because we're not using them. That is so cool. Okay. Jungle fence in, like so. And that'll take care of that. Do I want to extend that one over there? I can put another bed in. I might want to. So I was thinking put a bed right here. And I can put one on the other side of the same location. I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, so we got the extension over there. That also brings it all the way around here. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this like a so. And that'll give us the full cap off there. I'm going to go ahead and leave the leaves where they is. And I can add another bed in there, and then I'll put some torches up. We're going to go ahead and just do torches in the corners like this. And then I want to go ahead and just make some tiki torches down on the bottom there. That should be enough to keep the area lit, yeah? I believe so. Instead of having torches on the island like this, I want to just do some tiki torch type things. So just randomly put some in. And see if I can, boom. Yeah, we'll do that around there as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of these things made here, and then we'll take one last look at it and see how everything worked out for us. Well, guys, I think that's it. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Give you a good nighttime shot here so you can see some of the surrounding. There's some really cool landscape around here. I've explored a little bit of it. Made myself a little bit of a dock there for the boats to come in at. Obviously they won't really stay there, so it doesn't matter where you bring them in at, but at least you get a corner on this other side now. I wanted to keep a little bit of reeds on there, just give it like it's getting some new growth, and we went ahead and did the tiki torch look with the fence posts and torches, and I got a pretty good amount of light everywhere. I also hid some lights in trees and in bushes and stuff like that. If you see down there, there's one as well. Went ahead and made some more chests for the area. There's a furnace and a workbench here. That's pretty much it. I did have an area that was gonna stay dark, so I went ahead and made this section here. Also has the plaque in it, so it says Psycho Sand Island, and I'm just gonna leave it in the dark where this is, so the other folks that are on the server, if they watch this episode, they will get to explore and figure out on their own in their travels where it is and why it's there or what it is. Hopefully they enjoy my little addition to the server. Something just popped up. Obviously we didn't get to the nether portal and getting that all certified and easier access to my area today, but we'll get going on that maybe in the next episode. Along with that, I will continue to work on the hole that we're digging for the King of the Ladder, and hope to see you guys very, very soon. I'm going to go find my way back home. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.